10 feet underground, beneath the city of Central, 7 people stand in the humming glow of a generator room. Their faces glint blue with anticipation, restlessness, and a little too much confidence. The rogues, a loose confederacy of ambitious criminals, have just cut through the bank's security system, bypassed the automated laser grid, and peeled open a steel hatch that hasn't been touched since the 1960s. Their plan is simple in principle and ludicrous in execution. Steal $30 million worth of unmarked bills and make a clean getaway, all before sunrise. Captain Cold leads his freeze gun trained for security surprises. Mirror Master flickers in and out, double-checking corridors for motion sensors. Weather Wizard presses his hand to a device on his wrist, suppressing electronic signatures in case things get wild. Heatwave is itching for them to go wild. And then the trickster laughs a little too loudly as he plants a hallucinogen mine in the hallway. Golden Glider glances at her watch. They have 18 minutes. 18 minutes is long enough when you're not a target. At minute 12, the floor rumbles. Someone's coming. Someone the rogues know better than to cross on a bad day. Gorilla Grodd, the telepathic, hyper-intelligent guerrilla warlord, all muscle, mind, and malice. A physical force of nature, and worse, a psychic one. Grodd has no need for $30 million, but he despises being upstaged on his turf. He arrives, not swinging, but striding. Rogues watch the shadow creep along the wall, steady and heavy, before Grodd emerges, his eyes shining yellow, his brow furrowed in a quiet, cold fury. Weather Wizard is the first to react, launching a lancing bolt of electricity. But Grodd catches the power surge with an upraised palm and redirects the energy into a nearby server bank, which bursts, sending sparks across the team. Mirror Master tries the subtle play, stepping into the reflections on the chrome-laced walls, looping around behind Grodd. But Grodd doesn't need to see Mirror Master. He senses fear, uncertainty, turns his mind towards Mirror Master's, forcing static confusion, a blinding migraine. The mirror device slips from slack fingers. Mirror Master staggers, collapses. Captain Cold, shaking off the psychic aftershock, surveys the team. 2 are down, 1 from electrical feedback, the other from psychic assault. He signals to Golden Glider. Plan C. She glides across the room, ice slicks trailing behind her boots, launches a crystalline dart at Grodd's unguarded side. Grodd simply smiles. The dart stops midair, held by Grodd's willpower alone, before it spins around, aimed back at Glider. Heatwave steps forward, flames engulfing the barrel of his modified rifle, likes things straightforward. He fires a torrent of fire not at Grodd, but at the ground beneath him, melting steel-bolted tiles, churning smoke upward. Panic, smoke, chaos. If Grodd needs to see, maybe for 1 second, he won't be able to think. It works for a heartbeat. The smoke chokes the air. Rogues scatter, splitting the pressure. But Grodd's advantage is never simple vision. His thoughts slice through the haze, searching, separating friend from foe, not by sight, but by the scent of nervousness, heartbeats, the clarity of intent. Trickster, thinking himself clever, primed 3 of his surprise boxes, tossing them Grodd's way as he backs through the side door. Hypnotic pulses, gas, shrapnel, pick one, Trickster says. Grodd steps into the cloud, unfazed, plucks the devices out of the air, and crushes them like eggshells. For a moment, it's stalemate. Captain Cold and Weather Wizard circling wide, Heatwave and Golden Glider regrouping near the vault. Trickster pressed tight against concrete. Grodd roars not out of rage but to focus. His mind sweeps through the chamber, a gale of telepathic pressure. Thoughts scatter, strategies unravel. Cold feels the plan bleeding away, bit by bit. We take him together, Cold thinks, clamping his jaw, forcing out a mental call to his teammates. Whether it's the urgency or the desperation, they rally. 5 attacks all at once. Freezing columns, caging Grodd, pockets of fire and ice, sudden vortex winds. Jets of reflective light fracturing Grodd's perception, bouncing trick gadgets spun with confusion juice. It knocks Grodd off balance. Not beaten, but momentarily overloaded as every sense. Every nerve, every thread of thought, is pushed to the brink. It's enough, not to win, but to run. Captain Cold grabs the nearest duffel, instructs Mirror Master, now staggering upright too. "Get everyone out," shattered Miraline, a warp in perceived motion. The rogues stagger through the blurred portal, limbs bruised, thoughts aching but alive. Behind them, Grodd's growl shakes the vault, furious. They didn't win, but they didn't lose either. The money's gone, but so are they. For rogues, survival is a kind of victory. Next time, Cold thinks they'll bring a plan for Grodd. Outside, somewhere in the city's shadow, the rogues regroup, battered but not broken. No loot, but no casualties. The streets seem quieter now. Somewhere behind Grodd crushes steel in his grip, already plotting. For Central City, it's just another night. For the rogues, it's another reminder. Never count on an easy score. Never underestimate your rivals. And always run when you hear Grodd's roar.